Hey, it's the show time. It's Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps. I am, of course, your host, Lester Pipps, and dudes and peoples and ladies and folks. I got some show for you tonight, and I'm excited about it. We're gonna be talking about how to survive apocalypses, but way later, we're gonna be talking to an office manager named Alyssa da Blancata, who I'm excited to get to know, and we're gonna be talking to the host of the YouTube metal review show, Metal Surge. Surge. What? I don't know who that is. I mean, I do because he's on the show, but I don't know that many details about him. So we're gonna find that out. And y'all, usually there's 3 guests. Today there's only 2. It's gonna be crazy. Let's get into it.
Okay. Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps is the show that you're currently watching. It's about to start with his amazing guests, and they gonna tell you how to survive out in the apocalypse. It's Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps.
Oh, that's right. It's the show. It's Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps. That's the name of the show. That's what the show is. If you're here watching live, get yourself up in these comments. I want to talk to you. I don't just want to yell at you. I want to talk to you. So get yourself up in the comments. Say hi. Ask your questions. Ask any questions you got for me. Ask any questions you got for my guests who we talk to later. Ask any questions you got just about life in general, and maybe somebody else in the chat will answer them. That could be fun. Y'all, it is an important day. It is April 29th. And if you don't know what that means, well, then you've been living under 16 different rocks at once, I guess. That's just a number I chose at random, but it could be any number of rocks. You've been living under some form of rocks. Oh, before we get to what that day is, we got Jeremy, Baramy, baby in the chat saying hi and asking questions right here. Well, good work. Welcome. Now, April 29th is an important day. It is National Shrimp Scampi Day. Did y'all know that? I hope you did, because I'm sure you got crazy traditions wherever you live, how you celebrate National Shrimp Scampi Day. But I'll tell you what, in Louisiana, which is where I am from, not where I currently am. Watch old shows if you want to know where I'm at. I'm in Australia. In Shrimp Scampi Day in Louisiana, things are a little bit different, okay? In New Orleans, Shrimp Scampi Day, we, of course, have the annual running of the shrimp, where a bunch of people get up in the streets and they dress up like shrimps and they run around, and whoever loses has to eat a tiny, tiny plate of shrimp scampi, and whoever wins gets to eat a big one. Oh, man, that's crazy. Now, in Baton Rouge on National Shrimp Scampi Day, that is the only day you aren't required to put Cajun seasonings on your seafood. Now, if you are seen eating seafood without Cajun seasoning at any other day of the year in Baton Rouge, you do go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $100 or $200, depending on how you play Monopoly. Now, of course, statewide, the whole state, and even beyond the state, Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen on Shrimp Scampi Day sells popcorn shrimp scampi, which of course is deep fried noodle wrapped shrimp served with a garlic butter dipping sauce. And honestly, I wish they would just sell that every day, because that's delicious. Doesn't it sound delicious? If you ain't tried that yet, figure it out. Make yourself try it. Now, every week I do get questions from folks sent to my Instagram at Lester Pipps, or my publicist at Ezra Pardia, about how to survive various apocalypses. And before I get to the questions that I got this week, I do have a few in the chat here, which is nice. Jeremy Baramy baby asks, what's your favorite thing about yourself? Ooh, my favorite thing about myself is how deftly I'm juggling 2 wives at the moment. Listen to past episodes if you want to understand about that. Gaming with Cayman says, no wonder fireworks were flaring nonstop. Yeah, for National Shrimp Scampi Day. That's something that they do in where Cayman. I don't remember where you are, so I'm not 100% sure if it's true, but I believe that fireworks are how they celebrate Shrimp Scampi Day in Minnesota. So if that's true, that that's where you are, then that's why. If it's not true that that's where you are, then it might be fireworks about something else. I don't know. I don't know everything. I just know a lot. Andy Parade 1 asks, why is there air? Ooh, great question, Andy Parade 1. Air exists because okay, so there's like this carbon thing, right? It's like an atom, and then there's this oxygen thing, but there's 2 of those. Okay, and they're like we gotta come together. And then you get carbon dioxide. And then also there's nitrogen, right? But there's like 3 of those, and they're like, oh, we're gonna come together, and then they're in the air, right? And then there's like other stuff in the air too. And basically it's so we can breathe. Jeremy Bury Me Baby says, gotta get them shrimpies, which is absolutely right. And that it better be noodle wrap. He's so right. He's so right. You gotta noodle wrap your shrimps, fry them up, dip them in garlic butter. That's the way to celebrate today, National Shrimp Scampi Day. Now, the questions that I got sent to me on Instagram about apocalypses this week are very good. They are always good. I never have to make them up. They're always really real and good. And this week is no exception. I got a question from a user on Instagram named T-Pain, who I'm not 100% sure who that is, but he asks, do you think Viola Davis will forgive me for ghosting her? Now, I did see something on Twitter about T-Pain not knowing about DMs and accidentally ghosting a lot of celebrities. I wonder if this is related to that. Look that up. It's an interesting story. T-Pain, I will say, I don't think Viola Davis can forgive you if you ghosted her, which, of course, means turning her into a ghost. If you did kill her and turn her into a ghost, no, I don't think she will forgive you, T-Pain. Viola Davis is a national treasure. Please don't turn her into a ghost. Now, my next question comes from user VD23, who asks, is getting ghosted by T-Pain a sign of the apocalypse? Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I think it is. If T-Pain's able to turn people into ghosts, then I do think, in fact, that would be a sign of the apocalypse, because that means there's a human being on Earth who has the power to turn people into ghosts, which, I mean, I don't think humans are supposed to have that power. So I would say that, yeah, T-Pain might be the source of the first ghost apocalypse, where everybody gets turned into ghosts by a guy named T-Pain. So listen, what I would recommend everybody do is if you live in and around anyone named T-Pain, watch them closely, okay? And if you start seeing little ghosties flying out of the houses, like little Caspers popping out of the street, what's the thing where the smoke comes out? Chimney. There we go. If there's little Caspers popping out of your neighbor named T-Pain's house, out his chimney, then I would say you got a case of the apocalypse is about to be started by your neighbor named T-Pain. So watch out for that. Don't go over to his house. He's going to turn you into a ghost. You'll be like Slimer popping out through his hot dog machine or something. Now, Andy Samby asks, I'm on a boat and it's going fast and I'm worried it might not be the safest place to ride out a tidal wave apocalypse. Is it? Okay, good question, Andy Samby. Yeah, no. If there's a tidal wave apocalypse, which of course, as everybody knows, is an apocalypse where randomly a giant tidal wave comes, washes over the whole Earth from, it could go either way. It's a tidal wave has to come from the Pacific. That's legally that's what it's called. If it's in the Atlantic, I think it's like a hurricane instead of a tidal wave or something. I don't know the details. Like I said earlier, I know a lot of things, but not everything. So if the tidal wave comes, it'll either go across North America, over the Atlantic into Europe, down through Africa, South America, probably miss Antarctica, because that's just tidal waves would freeze down there, hopefully, unless global warming makes the Arctic not so cold that it would freeze a tidal wave in its tracks. That'd be too bad. But yeah, if you're on a boat, you probably get lifted up in the air, bounced around, jumbled about. And I'm guessing, like, if the movie Jaws is true, then a shark would probably eat you. So I would say being on a boat that's going fast, even if you're wearing a nautical pashmina Afghan, I would say that's probably not a safe place to be in a tidal wave apocalypse. So watch out for that. Now, that is those are my 3 questions of the week. Those are the 3 questions that I thought were most important to address. Now I do see Wizworld live in the chat. To him, I say tip of the cap. He says, really real and good is a solid album title. I agree with that. I'm not working on an album right now, but I will pass it along to my musician who made the intro song, Dr. Ron Rabenak, and let him know he could make that an album if he wanted. And Jeremy Bury Me Baby says, we don't forgive ghosts, which I think is smart, because ghosts is coming to try and get up inside your body, take it over. I feel like all ghosts are trying to body snatch. And I don't know that, but I know that. You know what I mean? If you run into a ghost and it says it's not trying to body snatch you, don't trust it. That's what I say. Now, look, we got a lot of guests to get to. And by a lot, I mean 2. And I'm excited about them. And this first one is someone we're going to get to right now. And I mean, I'm stoked to find out more about his whole deal. He is the host of the YouTube show Metal Surge, where he reviews metal music. Surge, welcome to the show.
What's up, brother?
Hey, nice to have you on the show, Surge.
It's beautiful to be here for all of my maggots who are watching. Yeah!
All of your what? Did you say MAGA heads?
Maggots. Ever
Maggots.
heard of them? No,
I
man,
know.
it's spelled like this. This is the most evil part. MAGGUTS. I like guts. Yeah!
I get it. Wow. Well,
Yeah.
Serge, I mean, you have a metal review show on YouTube, which people seem to love. You talk a lot about how metal music is, what it's good, what's bad. How's that going?
It's going beautifully ever since the COVID happened. People need a little sinister pick-me-up, and I'm there to lead the way for any metal album.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I imagine, with people being stuck inside, they got to turn to music instead of turning to nature to make them feel okay.
Shit, man, you couldn't have said it more better than smoking a Marlboro cigarette outside with your brothers.
Wow. Well, have you found that there have been many good metal albums made during this time of a pandemic?
Oh shit, man! There's infinite. Name one of your favorite albums this year or even last 10 years, and I'll tell you what I think about it.
Okay, yeah. My favorite album of the last 10 years would be Lockdown by Dr. John and Dan Auerbach.
What? By who?
Dr. John Rabinack. He's a Louisiana blues and soul musician. Some would say the greatest New Orleans treasure that there ever was. He wears snake heads on his hat.
I'm not familiar with this man. This is
You're
a
not
real
familiar with
guy.
Dr. John? Yeah,
No,
this is a real guy. Yeah. He was gonna be my co-host, but then he died right before this show started. That's true.
Oh, brother, sorry about your loss. But this is a metal musician.
Well, I mean, he's metal to me, but I guess you would describe him as New Orleans jazz, blues, soul, more than metal.
Okay, so not metal music at all. So when I asked you for the best metal music in the last 10 years, that was your closest touchstone.
Well, so, I mean, when you asked me for my favorite album of the last 10 years, I thought, well, I don't know any metal albums, but I do know this one. This is my favorite album, so I said it.
That's what I'm talking about, brother. Music is from the heart and it's from the soul. And if there's one thing I know about it, it's that it opens up your mind to some demons.
Oh, no. Are there demons in your brain?
One time I was listening to Metallica's Master of Puppets, and all of a sudden I started to imagine a dragon coming down with a double bass drum that's kicking a beat that does a blast beat into a flying guitar, which I call an axe. And the axe smacks into my head and opens it up to show another guy who's in there, and in his head he also has demons, and those demons are little my head, little guys in my head. I imagine all this.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's amazing. That Gaming with Cayman says society needs more dragons with drums. I think that Cayman's right.
I don't think society needs anything because I hate it.
Oh no, you hate society, Serge?
Yeah, I'm anti-society. One time I walk into a Subway and I said, "This place is for fucking idiots."
Oh my God! Was this a Subway sandwich establishment, or was this under the ground where there's a trains?
No, this was at the Subway sandwich, but I took this Subway to get there because I love public transportation.
That's good.
But I still hate society because it's dumb.
Yeah, I think that some people would agree with you about Subway sandwiches, but they would definitely say that society has value, and a Subway with the trains is a great example of something that society can bring to people that people couldn't create on their own without others.
That's a good point, but you're gonna have to tell that to all my teachers at school who kept telling me, this boy's never gonna make it. Well, look at me now. I review metal.
Yeah, I mean, you're a big success now, so that makes
Guess
sense.
how many subscribers I have?
3,124.
The last part was correct.
24?
Yeah, and then subtract half of that.
Oh, 12. You have 12 subscribers.
And then combine that with -4.
So okay, so you're eight subscribers.
Pretty evil.
Yeah, a lot of people say 8 is the cruelest number because they're 8, 9.
Yeah, that's true. And because 666, if you add those all up together, it equals 8. Yeah, the number of subscribers that I have on my YouTube channel.
Well, sir, J equals 18, but I'm starting to see why your teachers were concerned about you.
Because I don't fit into society's norms.
That's part of it.
What's the other part?
Well, I was thinking you weren't so hot at math. But you know, I think it could also be the norms thing.
Okay, Mr. Hotshot, if you know so much about math, how many fingers does the guitarist for Black Sabbath have?
I think he has 5 fingers and a thumb, if I'm not mistaken. He got 1 extra.
No, wrong. He lost a finger.
Oh, really?
I know math. He lost one of his fingers, so now he only has 11 or 8, or
No,
now he only has 1 less than the normal.
Okay, so yeah, so he has either 7 fingers or 8 or 9, depending on if you count them thumbs as fingers. What do you think? It's thumb fingers?
How's that for mathematics, Mr. Albert Slimestein? Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't anything good for mathematics, but I did like the burn. Albert Slimestein is very fun.
Yeah, man. I think about all this twisted shit in my head when I'm at home by myself in my domain.
Well, now, Serge, I am curious, where is home for you these days?
Tucson, Arizona,
Oh,
where the dogs bark.
Is that the slogan of the city of Arizona? I remember seeing that on a billboard one time I was driving through Arizona, and I thought to myself, that can't really be the slogan, but it is, huh?
Oh, I'm back. You see me again?
Yeah.
It is the slogan, and the reason why they call it that is because of fuck-ups like me always barking at the fucking cops, and I'm always barking at the mailman, and I'm always barking at the Amazon delivery guy. Anybody who's in society, I bark at them like the moon.
Wow. I mean, that sounds very aggressive towards people who's probably just trying to do their jobs. But I mean, Serge, how is it that you told me that you were like big successful YouTube star, and I didn't do any of my own research, which I guess is my fault, but you only have 8 subscribers, and it seems like you're living off your metal reviews. How's that going?
Well, there's a little workaround that I find. All 8 of my subscribers also believe that I'm a Nigerian prince. 2 of my subscribers are my grandmothers, and then 2 of my subscribers are my grandfathers. and then 4 more of my subscribers are some idiots who my grandfather and grandmother know. So
wow, so you are super taking advantage of the elderly.
I told you, man. One time I went into a retirement home and I said, fuck all this society. And so I started to eat all their puddings and then put them into my asshole because I'm sinister.
Wow. I understand eating the puddings because, like, that makes sense. Like, you're hungry probably because you don't have money or nothing. But, like, what advantage did putting them in the asshole have for you?
Because a normal guy in society would put it in his mouth hole. But an evil fuck up guy with a jester in his mind would put it in his own body. Yeah, I don't belong in society.
Yeah, well, I'm starting to agree with you on that. At first, I was thinking to myself, this is a guy who like he may love the counterculture, but at the same time, he probably a good dude. But now it sounds like you a guy who's ripping off your own grandparents, a couple of their elderly friends, and sticking pudding up your ass when you really should be sharing it with people who want to eat it.
Hey, brother, who said I didn't share it after I was done?
Yeah.
I fed it to my grandma and I never mind. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, okay. I mean, I do want to hear about it. You fed it to your grandma?
I fed my grandmother shit pudding.
Oh, Serge.
She don't like it. She said, I can't tell if this is poop or pudding. And I said, that's a correct question.
Did it go in vanilla and come out chocolate?
Oh, no, brother. It went in vanilla and it came out Monster Energy drink mixed with cigarettes and then a little bit of shit. Just like that much.
Oh, my gosh. That person has a weird diet. Now, Serge, I'm curious. A lot of folks say that who get into metal say that they found metal as like an alternative to the music that was popular with people who they didn't like in high school. Is that your story? How'd you find metal?
Me, the way that I found metal music is I was at a show for a little band called Sublime. And this man offered me marijuana, a cigarette, and I'll take a toke of it. And I said, guy, this stuff is open up in my mind to a whole another perspective. And he said, if that opens up your mind, why don't you try listening to this? And then he put headphones into my ear holes and he whispered into my ear, welcome to the rest of your life. Whoa. And he played a little record called Mambo No. 5, the single album. And I said, what the fuck is this shit, man? I hate this. And so then I went and bought a metal record because I was so upset.
That makes sense. What was your first metal record? Was it Metallica?
No, man, Pantera. Ever heard of them?
Pagetta?
Cowboys from Hell, Pantera.
Oh, Pantera. Sure. I heard it. Wow. Now, Serge, I have to ask, your accent makes me think that you might be from a place like Bulgaria or Stanislav or like one of them Eastern European countries. Is that true?
No, man, I'm from Chile, but we have a strong European presence.
Oh, interesting. Now, is the metal scene in Chile big?
Oh, man, it's off the charts. All of these people in society are listening to ballet. All of these other people in society are going to the opera. All of these other people in society are having 69 with each other. For me, I listen to metal in Chile.
Wow. Now, I mean, some folks say that people who are counterculture are jealous of folks who fit in the mainstream. Are you jealous of the folks who are listening to ballet or doing 69s?
No.
Oh, okay. No, Serge, you don't have to cry. I didn't mean to strike a nerve. I was just curious if if you like ballet or 69s, that's okay. You can like that too.
No, brother, I'm evil. Okay. I only like putting my grandma's pudding in my asshole. Okay. I swear.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't want to go to the ballet. That's it. It's stupid.
Sure. Yeah. No. Yeah. No, I can tell. No. Yeah. You seem. This doesn't seem like it's rung true for you at all. This seems like, Serge, it's okay.
Yeah. The only reason I go to the ballet is to put a ballerina up my ass.
Yeah, and you have done that, haven't you?
Yeah, that's why I'm not allowed back anymore.
Yeah.
I tried to fit in.
You did? Did you try? You tried to put on a ballet skirt and do a little dance with the ballerinas?
No, but similar to that. I went to the Nutcracker and I put on the clothing and I started dancing with the ballerina.
Oh, okay. So the
Is
same
that
thing.
what you, that's what you, that is similar
Yeah,
to
I mean,
what
I
you
didn't
said.
say the part about going to the Nutcracker, but the rest of it, yeah. No, that's great.
Oh,
So you did that. You went to the Nutcracker. You put on ballet clothes. You got on stage. Well, did it not go well because you weren't supposed to be there?
yeah, the security guard said, hey, he pulled me to the side, and after he's done roughing me up, he says, "You're a menace to society."
Oh
And I
no.
said, "I haven't seen that film yet." And he said, "Not the film, the concept." And I said, "What does concept mean?" And he said, like a idea. And I said, "I'm not familiar with that band." He said, "It's not a band. You not understand simple communication?" And I said, "Sounds like no, idiot."
Wow. Wow. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you trying to like live out a dream that you had that you were hiding from the world, being a ballerina, man, didn't go as well as you wanted. I'm sorry that happened to you.
Not at all. It's okay. What's your dream, Lester?
Oh, my dream? Wow.
Yeah.
My dream is to one day in the post-apocalyptic future open up a little chicken shop called Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen and serve the greatest spicy chicken strips that the world has ever known. The Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen spicy chicken strips.
That's fucking beautiful.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I'm really working hard at it too. I've got a lot of folks out there trying to get me the recipe to Popeye's Louisiana spicy chicken strips. I know I haven't talked about it on the show that much in the last like several months. But it used to be the only thing I talked about. But that's because I have folks out there trying to get in there and get me that recipe. But look, this isn't about me. This is about you, Serge. And we do have to get to my next guest shortly. But I want to ask you, Serge, what is your favorite metal album of the year?
This year, I have to go with the new EP that Gate Creeper put out, because when I listened to it, my mind has some evil thoughts. Like I imagined there was an elf who had a sword, and the sword was playing a crushing guitar tone, and he stabbed into my chest, cut open, crawled inside of me. And then there was a bass player in there, and he snapped a string, and it was so sharp and strong that it cut open into my lung. And in that lung was my grandmother, and inside of her I crammed so much pudding up her ass.
Wow, that is an evil vision that you had because of this song. That, can you say the name of the song again? I didn't quite catch it.
It's the new EP by Gate Creeper, and that's my review. If you check out my website, you'll see that I review every record just like as good as that.
Mm-hmm. And that's themetalsurge.com.
Yeah, you can check it out there. I don't fucking know about this shit.
Well, Serge, thanks so much for being on the show, and please stick around. I have another guest who I think maybe you'd enjoy talking to. We'll find out.
Chat.
Now, my next guest is someone I'm as excited to introduce as I was excited to introduce Serge. Serge is running away. Okay, well, my next guest is an office manager that I don't know personally, but I'm about to. And her name is Alyssa da Blangata. Alyssa, welcome to the show.
Good evening, Lester. Hello, Alyssa da Blangata, office manager. I'd shake your hand, but I'd break my laptop screen.
That's true, yeah, because we're not in the same room.
These days, I have to wear the hat of virtual office manager, which means I have virtually no office to manage. Somehow, I manage.
I mean, that sounds like it was a big change for you, Alyssa.
Oh my goodness. I mean, let me tell you, glasses off, Lester. If I have to organize one more virtual happy hour, I'm going to have to call it the virtual unhappy hour. Oh my gosh.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Now, I have a question in the chat for you already from WizWorld Live. WizWorld Live wants to know, are you Medulla's sister?
Oh, wow. Wiz World Live, what a cut up you are. We're going to have to strap a pair of scissors on you and call you pinking shears. No, Medulla is not my sister, although sometimes I get called the office Medusa because I'm filled with snakes slithering around, just sticking things in my file cabinet. But I always say a place for everything and everything in its place. Does that answer your question?
I think so. I think it certainly does. Now, Serge is having a metal party over there. Now, Alyssa, what kind of tasks do you miss most from being in the physical office?
I'm glad you asked, Lester. I mean, listen, the office manager, we wear many hats, all right? I'm not there to be your mom. I'm not there to be your friend.
No.
I'm there to steer the ship. And this year, that ship's anchor has been stuck in a whole lot of silt and sand, and you gotta dig it out and roll it around. How about organizing the company picnic? A virtual company picnic? That doesn't sound much like a picnic to me. A little bit of that. I file things. I call people up. I'm HR, all right? I am the business manager. I am business development. And sometimes I like to call myself the conscience of the office with a little bit of stand-up comedy, moonlighting on the side. Sure.
Now, when I hear somebody listing off that many different roles, I think to myself, like, do you work for a company that's so small that it's only you?
Well, I think we were going to get so raw this early on in the interview, Lester. You may as well just slap me on a platter and call me Crudite.
No, I had no intention of slapping you anyway.
That was a raw carrot joke. That's appropriate, for workplace humor.
Sure.
I will say the ham and cheese panini of 2020 has not been kind to office managers because we do not have offices to manage. Right. All right. So these days, my office is confined to the box of files on my lap. It was also the box I took when I was redistributed from Barrington Commercial at the start of, March 2020. But, I try and be as much of a virtual helper as possible. And, it's been a challenge. It's been a challenge. For example, as I said, organizing the birthday lunch. No one really wants to do another Zoom hang birthday lunch. Okay. Also, I think it's very hard to interface with people. Also, don't even get me started on the virtual hiring process. But I figured we could jump right into your interview.
My interview.
Didn't you? Maybe let me check my. Yeah, I have you penciled down, Lester Pipps. You're interviewing for Barrington Commercial, are you not?
Well, I wasn't planning on it, but I have been.
Sit right down. Make yourself at home. We're all just a big family here. All right.
Okay. Sure.
So my first question for you. If you were a vegetable, what one would you be and why?
Oh, that's a good question. I would have to go with, if I was a vegetable, which one would I be? I think I'm going to have to go with them Popeyes Louisiana chicken spicy chicken strips. Yeah.
Popeyes Louisiana chicken strips. I suppose that tracks. I always tell people, if I were a vegetable, I would be broccoli because everyone's stalking about you.
Wow. So wait, I'm sorry. Alyssa, are you saying that you have a lot of stalkers?
I am not at liberty to say the answer to that at this time. So I'm very excited to ask you the next question in this interview.
Oh, okay, sure. We do that. Yeah.
What is your favorite number and why?
Ooh, my favorite number.
I know what one it is, Lester.
Do you? Serge, what's your favorite number?
69.
Of course it is. No, my favorite number is not 6 or 69. It's not 6, it's 9, which is the number when you go into a Popeyes and you say, I want the number 9, that's them Popeyes Louisiana chicken strip.
Number 9 for Popeyes Louisiana chicken strips. That tracks. My favorite number is 7, 8, 9, 10. They went back and got seconds.
What?
I don't get the math of it.
I don't. Yeah, that one missed me. Some of these other jokes have been like a little bit like, like so simple that they were hard to miss. This one I did not get.
It was a little. I didn't know when to laugh.
My next question is for the gentleman interviewing for the secondary position. I have here your file. Serge, is that correct?
Hell yeah.
Oh, just between us Goyles, I can get down with a little bit of slang. In the corporate environment, and I know we're on this new normal, as they say in France. Sorry, I don't mean to be gauche. You might want to clean it up a little bit around the mouth. And I'm not just talking about getting a new brand of toothpaste.
Oh, no.
That's funny.
Serge, she's trying to make you part of society.
I don't want anything to do with it. I'll take society and put it into a woman's boobs.
What?
That's what I think about society.
Okay, all right.
What do you think about that, Alyssa?
I'm gonna have to put that in your file.
Yeah, I would think so.
And perhaps
write it down. Write it down exactly like I said it and read it back. Read it back to me.
The human resources team. Mr. Serge, if you were to be greeting a customer, what do you think is the appropriate answer to this question? What kind of pudding do you prefer with your lunch? Chocolate, vanilla, or filled with granola?
Trick question. It's grandmother's ass pudding.
Oh, boy. Alyssa, I got to say, you really teed him up for that one. You had to know what was coming when you said that.
Coincidentally enough, that's a question we ask all of our new hires as part of the screening, Lester. Really can weed out
That is a crazy
people who really want to make pudding the butt of all their jokes.
Wow, that was yeah.
Hey, Alyssa, wow.
All right. Well, I'm pleased to admit you two have passed the first round of the screening interviews for the Barrington Commercial Company.
Wow.
One thing I have been offering as a fun activity for this new normal virtual office situation we're in is some fun little icebreaker games.
I'm sorry. There's an important question from WizWorld Live that we have to ask you, which is, how does Grandma's ass pudding pass the screening?
I'm not at liberty to comment on the confidential files of employees at Barrington Commercial.
Okay.
If you do have questions, I would have you take it up with the office manager, who is moi.
Well, you did say you got let go from Barrington at Commercial earlier on in this conversation. So I'm very confused by what's happening, because if you got let go by Barrington, why are you interviewing us for them? Alyssa, if you're just having a hard time coping with your new reality, like, you're in the right place, because that's what we do here at Apocalypse Tips, is we figure out how to survive apocalypses. And if your personal apocalypse is being let go from Barrington and not knowing how to be a person who's not an office manager anymore, well, then we can help you.
I'll manage.
Okay. Well, Andy Parade 1 in the chat asks, is she scamming them? Which is a good question. Are you doing a scam on us and or Barrington Commercial?
Everything that I am doing is within the standards of the corporate handbook of Barrington Commercial.
Okay.
I cannot and will not comment on corporate policy at this time.
Okay.
But according to my files here, there is a place for everyone at Barrington Commercial. All right, we're just one big warm family.
Well,
And
that's really nice.
the helm of the ship is this gargoyle, and her name is Alyssa Doblingata of the Seas.
That's a good joke.
Joke.
I think it's technically a joke. Barely.
But
There was no setup or punchline.
So I've got a question. This is something that we do with all the new Barry's recruits once they join the office fam.
Okay.
We play a little game, and it's called Two Truths and a Lie.
Okay, sure.
So it's just a fun way of breaking the ice that's appropriate. We're not talking about pudding. We're not talking about holes. We're not talking about putting pudding in people's holes. We're not bringing grandma into this. This is all you, because I want to get to know you. So, Serge, would you like to begin?
Yeah, man. As long as you stop saying holes.
And Lester, part of the fun here is that we have to guess which of Serge's truths is really a false.
Okay, so you're okay. So this is Two Truths and a Lie, where we have to provide the two truths and the lie, and then you decide which one is the lie, or is it a situation where Serge is going to say three things, and then you and I are going to debate which one's true, which one's false?
The latter of the two.
Okay, all right.
Serge behind Serge, and I'm not just talking about Uber fares.
Strikes again. All right. Well, Serge, hopefully me clarifying that gave you enough time to think of two truths.
That was way too much math for me. I didn't understand anything that you just said. But I have to lie 2 times and tell the truth 1 time.
Well, just say 3 things and we'll decide which ones are true and which ones are false.
Okay. There are no track and field shoes at the doctor's office hanging on the wall with a plaque that says Serge's asshole trophy.
Okay.
That's number 1.
I mean, that could be anybody, really.
That's true. That could be a lie. It could be a truth. Number 2, I have a daughter.
Okay.
Number 3, when I was a little boy, my dad was a fireman, and he put me inside of the hose because he said, this is what we do with bad little boys. And then he used the pressure from the hose to launch me straight into a fire. And then once I was in there, I heard Slayer's metal music and I fucked a dog.
Wow. Well, okay. I mean,
darn, just call me a pair of socks.
I think the last one has to be false because it'd be really hard to stick a baby inside a fire hose. I don't know how that would work, but also because Serge said that as a baby he heard a song by Slayer, but also earlier he said his first metal album was Pantera. So maybe I'm conflating some things, but that one feels like it's false. What do you think, Alyssa?
I'm going to go with the dark horse here, and I'm going to say that the first one was false. We're all fun and games over here until there's one too many butthole trophies thrown into the mix to throw us all off, like a red herring, but stinkier. So I'm going with number 1. I'm calling bull poop on your poopy little shoes, Serge.
Okay, well, to be clear, he did say for number 1, what he said was there is no trophy. There is no trophy of shoes in the doctor's office that says Serge's butthole shoes. So I think by saying that's the false one, you're saying that there is a trophy in the doctor's office that is cleats and says Serge's butthole shoes.
Lester, cleat it and weep. I'm saying number one is a lie.
Okay. Well, I guess we both agree that Serge definitely has a daughter.
Yes, and I'm sure she's lovely.
Okay. And then Wizworld Live wants a clarification here, which is, did he say he fucked a dog? Did you say that?
Yeah, I was wondering why neither of you were talking about that. You were like, Lester was like, you can't fit a baby in the hose. And I was like, really? That's what he's fixating on.
Maybe I just was so wrapped up in hearing about the hose thing. I missed the part where you fucked a dog. Okay, so yeah, I'm sticking with number 3 because I don't think a baby fucked a dog. Serge, what's the truth? Which one was the lie?
Oh, I did two truths and one lie.
Okay.
Which of those? This is the fun part. Which of those was the lie?
I do have a daughter.
Well, yeah.
No, wait. I don't have a daughter.
Okay.
Like the math is bugging up with my head.
Okay, so to clarify, what that means is there is not a trophy of shoes in the doctor's office that says Serge's butthole trophy. Okay, so that one was a lie too because you said there wasn't.
Okay.
What's really funny, Serge, is that you kind of reverse engineered the situation. You told us 2 lies, and I don't know what that last anecdote was.
Yeah, the story is you fucked a dog, which made your dad mad at you, so he put you in a hose and shot you into a fire, and in the fire you heard Slayer, the music by Slayer. Oh my God. Okay, well, look, Serge, I mean, if that's true...
That's true.
Okay. I mean, that explains why you feel like you're not a part of society. Your dad fired you into a fire when you were a baby.
Yep.
Wow.
Next.
Wow.
All right, Lester, I think it's your turn to have some fun and spin us a few yarns, you old
Okay,
slut.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, okay, so 3 things, 2 true, 1 lie. Okay, I am currently married to 2 women. I talk about it every episode, so you should know that that's true. Oh shit. Okay. Okay.
Hey, Lester.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call a T for timeout.
Okay.
It's okay. You're feeling a little nervous. Don't be nervous.
Yeah. I just have a hard time lying. I've never been capable of it because my whole thing is giving real good, accurate apocalypse advice. So for me to lie is really difficult. So I'm gonna try again. Okay. At no point have I ever been not married.
Wow, you came out of the womb just yoked up.
Yeah.
At no point have I ever been not married.
Yeah,
So
that's
at some point I have been married.
Yeah. My next thing is one time when I was a child, I was being bad and my dad put me into a fire hose. No, I'm sorry, that's Serge's story. Okay, wait. Okay, I can do this. I can lie. I'm capable of lying. Okay. I have never had Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen spicy chicken strips. Okay, that's 2 things. I've said 2 things now. The third one is there's not really anybody named Dr. Ron Rabenek. I do my own theme song.
I mean, this really separates the boys from the men here. Call me a cock because I'm still shocked.
What?
Is that an expression people say where you're from, Alyssa?
Call me a cock?
Thanks. I'm sorry. I'm emotion. I mean, call me Call me a conch because your two truths and a lie just blew me clear out of the water, Lester.
Classic cock, always blowing people.
Oh, I get it.
Now, so the two of you were going to determine which one of my things was a lie and which one was true?
Well, before I got all shell-shocked and clammed up, I was about to say, I have
you were a
no
cock, not a
idea. I mean, I have to put on my thinking cap here, but I don't know, Serge. I mean, the floor is yours.
The first one you know is true. He has 2 wives. The third one, I don't remember. And the second one, I don't remember.
Okay, the 3 things were, at no point have I ever not been married.
That's
okay.
Double negative.
Right. The second thing I said was I've never tried Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen spicy chicken strips. And then the third thing I said was there is not really a Dr. Ron Rabenak. I do my own theme song.
Oh, I've got the answer. Pick me, teachers.
Yeah, cause
okay, well you're running this thing, so you go ahead.
Pick yourself, cock.
I like. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to keep it professional here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Serge, I'm sorry, but the position's yours whenever you want it. I was going to say, now that I'm back in, number 3, that's a lie. There is a Dr. Ron
Rabenak?
Yeah, yes. Absolutely.
I'm really pulling
my family proctologist.
I agree.
Okay. Wow. Well, yeah, let's go with that.
He's a friend.
Yeah, let's go with that. My theme song is definitely not made by me. It's definitely made by a real guy named Dr. Ron Rabenak. Yeah.
You win.
Well, I mean, I've won the whole time because I'm employed.
You guys, I have to be honest with you. All 3 of them were lies.
What?
I was so proud of myself for being able to lie that first time that I got carried away and I lied 2 more times. I at one point during my life, I was not married. Okay, that's true. It was before I met my first wife and after she divorced me. So 2 points during my life, I was not married. And I've tried the Popeye's Louisiana spicy chicken strips a lot of times. I love them. They're the only thing I eat, ideally, although most of the time I don't have them, so I do have to eat cream corn. And there is a Dr. Ron Rabenak. He plays music, and he's your family proctologist. That part's true, too. I'm sorry I broke the game.
Looks like you're the real cock.
What? You guys, I didn't mean to do anything that would offend you. It's hard for me to lie, and then when I succeeded at it, I got carried away.
I appreciate you coming clean with us. It's a real departure from what you were all talking about half an hour ago when it came to pudding in buttholes.
Sure, I guess that part was pretty dirty.
Says the lady who tells us to call her cock.
I'm really grasping at straws here, Lester. I mean, I'm not sure the company can proceed forward with your application knowing that you have a way of bending the truth.
Well, again, I didn't actually apply and I don't want the job, so I am okay with that. Alyssa, do you want to play 2 Truths and a Lie with us? Do you want to tell us 2 things that are true about you and 1 thing that's a lie and have us figure it out?
No rules.
Except for the rules that you set out, which are 2 truths, 1 lie.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I broke those rules.
I thought you'd never ask.
Yeah! She's going to do it. Party!
Okay. All right. Just loosen up my silk scarf for 1 second. All right.
Sure, yes. Take all the time you need.
All right. Number 1.
Okay.
My favorite color is polka dots.
Okay. Favorite color is
Not a
polka dots.
color.
It's not a color, but it is a pattern, which I think that counts.
Can a truth be false though? Because that is false.
Her truth is her favorite color is polka dots. Whether it's true or not, that's her truth, and we respect
that. Got it.
Or it could be a lie. We'll find out. What's number 2?
Okay, like God.
Number 2, you're looking at the largest Hootie and the Blowfish fan in the whole wide world.
Okay. Do you mean physically largest, or like you care about them the most?
Yes.
Oh wow. And Alyssa, you did say when you signed up for this show that you are 7'2", so this could be true.
I did say that. There's
Follow-up question.
What's
your favorite song by them?
Ooh, good question.
My favorite song by Hootie and the Blowfish.
I love that one.
Okay.
I love
Check
that
sound.
When I sing that song, I imagine I'm singing it to Barrington commercial in a crowd of thousands.
Okay. Well, I've just been informed of an important thing by WizWorld Live, and that is that a bunch of new viewers just jumped in, and I should inform them what we're watching. Thank you for looking out, WizWorld Live. What you're watching is Apocalypse Tips with Lester Pipps. So yeah, figure out what that is. Okay, continue, Alyssa.
And finally, the last moment, my last. Oh, I'm getting all flustered. I'm used to being the one running this game, and not.
All you have to do is say a third thing about yourself. I know it's hard. I just went through it. I had a really hard time with the.
We believe in you.
All right, the final thing about me. It could be a truth. It could be a lie. I'm sitting on a conch.
Whoa, okay. And you don't, do you mean like a rooster that's dead, or do you mean
I'm
like a
talking
human
about
being?
a species of shell. If you lean your ear into it, you can hear the sounds of the ocean.
Oh, a conch. Okay, that makes more sense.
Is that what you said earlier?
Did you say call me a conch before? And we just were like, oh, we'll call you
been about a shell.
Oh.
I don't understand what you're all laughing about.
Wow. Okay. So WizWorld Live heard it, and apparently we did not. I guess that's Serge. That's you and me. We got our heads right in the gutter, probably from the way that we were talking to each other. Conch, shell shocked. That joke makes so much more sense now.
I didn't understand that joke at all.
Oh, it's Lester Pipps After Dark, folks. Excuse me. Wow, that is very funny. Okay. So our three things are biggest Hootie and the Blowfish fan in the whole world, both in terms of size and how much she cares about them. And she proved that by knowing that they have a song called that's number 2. Number 3 was sitting on a conch shell. And number 1 was
her favorite color is polka dot.
Her favorite color is polka dots, which we determined could be true for her, even though technically that's not a color. Wow, I'm gonna have to go with. I don't think she's sitting on a conch shell because that would be super uncomfortable. And if I'm being honest, Alyssa looks pretty comfortable. She's kind of gone wild, as WizWorld Live said.
That would mean that she is the biggest.
I think so, yeah, because she's 7'2". So we already know that she could be the largest. And she knew that song was called that. Say the name of the song again, Alyssa. I'm sorry. My favorite Hootie and the Blowfish song too, so I think it makes sense. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Serge, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to go with polka dot purely out of principle because that's not a color, that's a pattern. Get it out of here. That's a lie. I mean,
Before we find out the truth from you, Alyssa, Wizworld Live, you have been with the show this whole time, and I'm curious if you have an opinion on this. What do you think is the lie, Wizworld Live? And we can vamp until you answer, but hopefully you answer soon because vamping is only so fun.
vampiring.
Oh, have you ever vampired, Serge?
Oh yeah, a bit into a bag boy at Fry's.
Whoa, a bad
Well,
boy at
thanks a
Fry's?
lot for letting us know.
Okay, Wizworld Live wants a clarifying question, which is,
That's
can
good.
you give us Hootie's real name?
I don't know. Can you?
She got you there, Wizworld Live. No, but for real, do you know what Hootie's real name is?
Hootie.
I part of corporate policy at Barrington Commercial. I'm not at liberty to reveal that information.
That's smart. Yeah,
But
he's
it would
a
also it would violate game policy because that is neither here nor there when it comes to my truths and a lie.
Wow. Well, Wizworld Live thinks that's the lie. So we've each picked a different one of your options to be the lie. What indeed is in fact the truth and the lies, or the two truths and the lie?
Well, oh, the jig is up. Wizworld got me. I'm
Yeah.
not the world's largest Hootie and the Blowfish fan.
So you're sitting on a conch?
You are sitting on a cocktail.
It's so hard to look this comfortable when you're just shelling out. Corporation. I didn't mention that Barrington Commercial was a shell company.
Oh, you sure didn't. Wow. Well, that's amazing. Alyssa, thank you for running us through Two Truths and a Lie. We haven't played a lot of games on this show, but I do think that was awesome, and I want to do it every time.
Well, if that's something that you are interested in doing, I do have open availability, Lester.
Oh.
I'm happy to come on and throw my hat in the ring for the bunker office manager, if that's something you'd be open to discussing.
Well, thanks so much. Yes, you are comfortable admitting that you were let go from Barrington Commercial?
I'll never be comfortable. I'm sitting on a conch.
Well played. Well played. Well, folks, we are coming to the end of the show here, which, the show after us, it didn't happen tonight, so we were able to go a little bit long. But that doesn't mean that I can keep my guests for too long. So we should wrap up here. I am curious now, Alyssa Dablangata. Do you have anybody who you think folks should be finding on the internet, or any last words of advice for our listeners?
Any last words of advice go as follows. Dream big, look to the future, update your resume, and stop and smell the clamshells on the beach. Sometimes you never know what you might find. Mm-hmm. And yes, as far as people who inspire me, in addition to Hootie and the Blowfish, there's a gal on Instagram, Miss Elizabeth Content. Her content is king, and I'm quite content when I look at it.
Wow. Well, for more jokes like that, follow at Miss Elizabeth Content, who, if I'm not mistaken, is a part of a sketch group called That Public Breakup on all the things too.
Yes, she's hilarious. She's just a gas. And I'm not just talking about
laughing gas like the Joker Man?
The Element.
Neon?
She doesn't like that one.
Okay, I'm trying to help you.
Instantly hated it.
Didn't like the laughing gas option, didn't like Neon, but she's definitely still trying to think of a gas.
No, she said Element.
Not really in my element at the moment.
Okay.
She's hilarious. Miss Elizabeth Content is so funny. I'd hire her to manage my office any day.
Mm-hmm. So she's an office manager too. Interesting. Now, Serge, same question for you. Anything that you want folks to find on the internet? Any last words of advice for the folks at home?
Yeah, for word of advice, I say don't fuck a dog. It's not as good as it looks. And then, well, then you might love it, pervert.
Oh no.
Jesus, man, you fuck up. And then probably have to say go to Andres Parada comedy. He's a little guy. He's also from Chile, which is pretty sick. And he make funny poo-poo jokes, butthole stuff, marijuana and like all that.
I've also seen him
humor.
Paint his whole body for bits. This is a guy who will go the extra mile for comedy. So check that out. And Andres Parada comedy on all the things. I will say for me, I am at Lester Pipps on all the things. My publicist is at Ezra Partier on Instagram, at Ezra Parter on Twitter. He also is publicizing a bunch of other shows right now. The number one target for y'all to check out in as far as what he told me to, the number one target, that didn't make any sense. Disregard that sentence. The thing that he wants me to plug for him is at Fake News Comedy, not a new show, but a new to this network show. This at Pack Theater, this Pack Theater Twitch network, Fake News _comedy on all the things. It is on Fridays here on the network at 9 p.m. So check that out tomorrow and follow it on all the things. TikTok, it's blowing up on TikTok. I also want to say thank you to everyone who's been on this show tonight, the two of you. Wizworld Live, very active in the chat. Always appreciate that. Brother Wags was here. We had Gaming with Cayman. We had Wisebot. We had Jeremy Baramy, baby, and a bunch of folks who I'm not sure who they were. Thank you to the Pack Theater for having us on the channel yet again. I know this is a comedy network, and we don't do a comedy show, so it's very important that I thank you for letting us do this very important discussion of how to survive apocalypses. And, of course, thank you to my very real band manager, Dr. Ron Rabenak. Let's get to...
He's a great doctor.
And he's your family proctologist as well. It's good to add that to the canon. Y'all, the show's going to end now the way it always does, which is by me checking one last time what the messages are. Andy Parade 1 says, thank you for your service. Wizard Live says, RIP Dr. Ron. He's alive. And I say, it's now the time where we leave the internet unceremoniously.
That was the show. Now we did it. You know how to survive an apocalypse. So now we're gonna talk about saying thank you to you. Thank you for watching the show, and thank you to these guests for doing the thing for you tonight or today. And also thank you to the Pack Theater for hosting. Now it's time to say, get out there, survive, and make humanity proud.
You can find the show at Lester Pipps on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can also find all the video archives on EzraParter.com/LesterPipps.